You might have walked past lemons in your kitchen 100 times and never thought twice. But there's something quietly powerful about placing 3 fresh lemons in just the right spot in your home. It's not magic, it's not superstition, it's energy and how your home holds it. Think about the rooms where tension builds for no reason, or that one corner that always feels a little heavier. We often sense imbalance long before we name it. What if something as simple as a bowl of lemons could gently shift that? For generations, people have used lemons not just in recipes, but as a kind of reset button for stagnant energy. When paired with salt, another humble household staple, the combination acts like a quiet filter, helping to clear emotional residue and welcome in something lighter, more open, more alive. But here's the part most people miss. Where you place them matters more than the lemons themselves. A misplaced bowl becomes decor. The right spot becomes a doorway. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to use this simple ritual, not as a promise of instant wealth, but as a gentle nudge toward balance, clarity, and yes, a flow that feels a little more generous. Because sometimes prosperity doesn't knock. It drifts in quietly when the air is finally clear. Part 1. Lemons, not just fruit, but pockets of quiet light. You can walk into any grocery store in America and find lemons stacked neatly, glowing softly under fluorescent lights. They sit quietly next to onions and apples, just another ingredient, but not today. Today, I want you to look again, not as a cook, not as a sharper, but as someone who senses that your home has been off. You might not have the words for it. Maybe it's the heaviness in the air some mornings. The way your living room feels quieter than usual, not the peaceful kind, but the hollow kind. Maybe it's the way bills seem to pile up just when things start to feel okay. These aren't dramatic signs, they're subtle, but they linger, and that's where the lemon comes in. A lemon is more than a fruit. It's a container of unspoken brightness, not the sharp kind that demands attention, but the kind that rests, quiet, present, red. Its skin, when smooth and taut, holds energy that's alive without ever shouting about it. When you press your fingers against a fresh green lemon, it gives just slightly. Firm, cool, it carries weight, the kind that feels full of potential. And it's that potential, not the color, not the taste, that makes it powerful. In energy work, we often talk about what's seen and what's felt. Lemons sit at the intersection of both. They don't need candles or symbols to be sacred. Their sacredness lies in their simplicity, unchanged, undamaged, whole. That matters. Because in a home that feels scattered, stuck, or simply tired, introducing something whole can begin the work of gentle realignment. But here's the thing, not all lemons carry the same energy. The lemon you grab because it's close to the top of the pile, bruised slightly, drying at the stem, that lemon has already given something away. It's leaking energy. When you bring it into your space, it doesn't lift. It absorbs, and when you're trying to cleanse, to reset, to shift, you don't need something that takes, you need something that gives. That's why I ask you to choose 3 lemons, fresh, firm, unbruised. These aren't decorative, they're intentional. They become anchors in a ritual that's quiet but strong. And you'll notice I say 3, not 1. That's not for symmetry, it's for balance. In design, 3 points form stability. In energy, 3 centers hold a triangle of influence, spread just far enough to echo through the room without overwhelming it. You may be wondering, why lemons? Why not sage or crystals or incense? The answer is simple. Lemons don't require belief. They just are. You don't have to adopt a new philosophy or follow a complex method. You just have to choose them with care, place them with awareness, and let them do what they've always done: release freshness, carry life, and reset what's grown stale. There's a moment after placing your 3 lemons when the room begins to change. Not dramatically. There's no flash of light or sudden warmth, but the air feels cleaner. The silence doesn't echo the same way, and if you listen closely, not with your ears, but with that part of you that knows, you'll feel it too. It's as if your home lets out a breath it's been holding. This is where we often get it wrong. We think transformation requires effort or noise or ceremony. We chase after change as if it's something loud and obvious. But in truth, most of the time, change whispers. It unfolds when we aren't looking, when we simply let space become safe again. That's what lemons do. They don't push, they invite. They don't cleanse with fire, they do it with presence. When was the last time your space felt present, not filled with to-do lists or piles of laundry or background noise, but still, settled, held? That's what 3 fresh lemons can bring back, not because they're magical, but because they ask you just for a moment to pause, to care, to intend. And here's where this becomes more than a ritual. When you walk into a store and pick up a lemon with purpose, you're telling the universe, I'm ready to clear what's stale. When you rinse them under cool water, you're saying, I release what no longer belongs. When you dry them gently with the same care you might show to a fragile keepsake, you whisper, "I protect what is whole." And when you place them deliberately, quietly in that one spot that matters, you're opening a door that's been stuck for too long, not a physical door, a door in the energy of your home and often in the energy of your own heart. There's a reason people return to this ritual across cultures and generations, because it works not as superstition but as space making. When everything else in life feels unpredictable, chaotic, expensive, overwhelming, this is one thing you can do that is quiet, low cost, and deeply restorative. There's no downside, only presence, only choice, only a tiny act of reclaiming the feeling that your home is alive again, that your days don't just pass but breathe. That energy doesn't stagnate, it moves. And it moves through the places where we create small pockets of peace. 3 lemons, chosen with care, placed with love, that's where we begin. Part 2. Salt, the silent guardian at your energy gates. You probably have salt sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now, tucked beside spices you use without thinking. But in this moment, I want you to pull it forward. Look at it not as seasoning, but as something older, quieter, and far more powerful than we give it credit for. Because while lemons bring light and movement into your space, salt stands guard. It doesn't dazzle, it protects. And when energy in your home has felt heavy, tense, or just off, this is the silent shield you didn't know you already had. Salt has been with us forever. Before refrigeration, before preservatives, before modern rituals, salt was the one thing people trusted to keep things clean, to keep things safe. And that history hasn't gone anywhere. It still holds its power, not because of folklore or fantasy, but because salt absorbs. It doesn't argue, it doesn't reflect. It just pulls in what doesn't belong quietly, completely, and holds it until you're ready to let it go. That's why when we pair salt with lemons in this ritual, we're not just combining ingredients. We're creating balance, movement and stillness, invitation and protection. But here's what makes this part so important. Not all salt works the same way. That little shaker filled with table salt, it's been bleached, processed, stripped down until only the taste remains. And for this ritual, taste means nothing. What you need is coarse sea salt, unrefined, unaltered, with grains that still remember the sea. Because every grain is a crystal, and crystals hold structure. That structure is what allows energy to bind to it, to cling. That's how salt purifies, not by masking what's there, but by holding what's no longer needed so you don't have to. Think of salt like a sponge for energy. You don't see it work, you don't hear it working. But if you've ever walked into a room after an argument, or sat alone in a space that feels too quiet for no reason, you felt what clings in the air. Salt doesn't remove that by force, it dissolves it from the inside. The same way it pulls moisture from the air, it pulls tension from a space. That's why this isn't just a trick, it's a shift. A shift you can make with something so simple, so familiar, you've probably never thought to treat it with respect. Now let's talk placement. When you sprinkle salt into your ritual bowl, whether on top of the lemons or surrounding them, it creates a perimeter. Not one you can see, but one you can feel. A quiet boundary that says, not here, not anymore. And if your home has held sadness or stress or simply the weight of too many unfinished thoughts, this is where it starts to ease, not overnight, not in some dramatic way, but gradually, like a pressure releasing from a tire you didn't realize had gone flat. And here's the part that often goes unnoticed. This act, this sprinkling of salt, isn't about perfection, it's about presence. When you take that pinch of salt and drop it with intention, your hand slows, your breath deepens, you're no longer rushing through chores, you're participating in a shift. And in that shift, you begin to release too, maybe not everything, maybe not yet, but a layer, a fog, a film you didn't know had built up between you and your space. Some people ask, what happens to the salt after it absorbs all this energy? That's the beauty and the responsibility. Salt holds what we no longer need, but we must let it go. That's why every 7 to 10 days the salt must be replaced, not discarded carelessly, but wrapped clean white paper if you have it and returned to the earth or the trash with respect. Because by then it's done its work. And holding onto used salt is like holding onto old breath. It serves no one, especially not you. In a world where we're always being told to add more to feel better, more things, more noise, more distraction, salt reminds us that sometimes healing begins by removing, quietly, patiently, without fuss or fanfare, just you, a bowl, and the understanding that this moment is one of release. Let me say this clearly, you don't need to believe in anything mystical to feel the difference this makes. You just need to try it, because homes, like people, absorb what they're exposed to. Energy lingers. And if your space has been your refuge, your battlefield, your burden, it deserves a way to breathe again. So do you. In the end, salt is not dramatic, it doesn't ask to be seen, but it makes a difference in ways you can't always name, only feel. That sense that the room feels easier, that sleep comes quicker, that tension doesn't hang quite so thick in the air. It's subtle, yes, but that doesn't mean it's not real. The quietest protectors often are. And that's what salt becomes in this ritual, a protector, a quiet force standing between what you invite in and what you've decided to finally let go. It's not just a mineral, it's a message, a choice, a way to tell your home, you're safe now, you can exhale. Part 3, the white bowl, a clean canvas for living energy. Most of us don't think much about bowls. We reach for them when we need them, cereal in the morning, soup at night, fruit on the counter. They serve a purpose and then they blend back into the background. But in this ritual, the bowl is not just a container, it's the foundation. It's the canvas where everything begins. And the material, the color, even the condition of that bowl matters more than you might expect. Imagine you've chosen your lemons, fresh, firm, full of energy. You've prepared your salt, coarse, clean, steady. Now you need a place to bring them together. You need a vessel that doesn't distract, doesn't distort, doesn't add its own noise. That's why we use a white porcelain bowl, not because it's fancy, but because it's neutral, it's pure. It holds the energy without altering it, and more than that, it reflects it. Gently, silently, just enough to let everything in that bowl be exactly what it is, nothing more, nothing less. Porcelain is unique. It's been through fire, literally, formed in heat, shaped with intention and made to last. It doesn't bend, it doesn't crumble. And in the language of energy, that matters, because anything that holds your cleansing ritual should have the strength to support it. When you place lemons and salt into a white porcelain bowl, you're not just combining ingredients, you're giving them a stage, a frame, a home. And that home must be spotless. No chips, no cracks, no stains, because flaws, even small ones, can split the flow. They become energetic leaks. What's meant to circulate gets lost. What's meant to cleanse gets stuck. The purity of your bowl reflects the integrity of the ritual itself. And let's talk about the color white. It isn't just pretty, it's symbolic. In many traditions, whether spiritual, psychological, or design-based, white represents clarity, stillness, space. It doesn't compete, it doesn't absorb, it allows, it expands. Think of a freshly painted white room, it feels open, airy, new. That's what the white bowl brings to this ritual, an invitation for newness, for a beginning, for energy to organize itself without interference. And in a home where the days blur together, where clutter builds quietly, where emotional dust settles in unnoticed corners, that kind of clarity is rare, but necessary. This bowl becomes the altar, not in a religious sense, but in the sense that it's the one place you treat with deliberate respect. It doesn't sit near laundry piles. It doesn't share space with unopened mail. It stands alone, clean, clear, and cared for, because when we assign value to something, even something simple, we shift our attention. We move more mindfully, we breathe a little slower around it, and that's what begins to change the energy of a room. There's a moment after the lemons and salt are placed where the bowl becomes more than ceramic. You step back, you look, and suddenly the space looks calmer. The air feels less dense. The energy settles. This is not a coincidence. It's what happens when form meets intention, when a vessel becomes part of the message. And that message is simple. This is a home that pays attention, that listens, that honors quiet protection. But what if you don't have the perfect bowl? That's okay. What matters most is that you choose something that feels untouched, clean, sincere. Don't use a bowl with a chip just because it's convenient. Don't grab one that usually holds pet food or last night's leftovers. This ritual is about clearing space, not repurposing it. Even in the smallest actions, like selecting a bowl, you're declaring something to your space. This matters, I'm ready, and energy always responds to readiness. You might wonder, can a bowl really change how your home feels? The answer is yes, not because of the bowl itself, but because of what it represents. In a world that moves too fast, that overwhelms us with noise, having one space, a single spot that remains still, clean, and energetically aligned becomes a kind of anchor. When everything else feels uncertain, you can look at that bowl and remember, you set this in place. You made room for stillness. You made space for energy to shift. Over time, you may find yourself drawn to this bowl without knowing why. You might linger near it a little longer in the morning. You might feel the air around it is just a bit softer. That's not magic. That's the effect of intention, presence, and care held in a simple, silent shape. It becomes a reminder that change doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be loud. It can start in the quiet curve of a white porcelain bowl placed exactly where it needs to be. This is what it means to create space for energy to return home. You're not demanding abundance, you're not begging for peace. You're preparing a place where both are welcome. And that's the deepest truth of this ritual, not that lemons, salt, or bowls hold all the power, but that you do when you choose to place them with care. You set the tone, you decide what stays and what goes. You invite energy in by making room for it, clean, open, ready. So the next time you hold that white bowl in your hands, pause for a moment, feel its weight, its smoothness, the way it catches light, and ask yourself, what am I ready to hold now? Because in this space you've created, with light, protection, and quiet strength, whatever you are ready for can begin. Part 4. Where to place it and what part of your life you want to restore. You've chosen the lemons. You've honored them with salt. You've placed them in a clean white bowl, but none of that will matter, not fully, if you don't place it where it can do the work. Because energy, just like water or light, needs direction. It needs a path. And the bowl you've created isn't just meant to sit somewhere pretty. It's meant to shift something. And that shift begins when you ask the most important question of all. What part of my life do I want to restore? Every home has stories. Some are joyful dinners shared, laughter rising from the kitchen, soft moments unfolding across couches and doorways. Others are quieter, grief left lingering in hallways, silence building in corners, worry pressed into chairs no one sits in anymore. Energy doesn't just live in people, it settles in places. And that's why placement matters. Because when you put your lemon salt bowl in the right space, you're not just clearing the room, you're reclaiming what that room means to you. Start with your living room. It's often the first space people enter, guests, family, even you after a long day. It holds the emotional temperature of the entire home. If this space feels scattered, dull, or oddly drained, it affects every other room. Placing the bowl here, in a spot where it can be seen but not touched, like a coffee table, sideboard, or shelf, turns it into a quiet filter. The lemons release their clean citrus scent, encouraging movement and clarity. The salt absorbs tension without asking, and together they reset the emotional rhythm of the home. A lighter mood, easier conversation, fewer misunderstandings. You don't always see the change, you feel it, and your guests do too. Next, consider the front entrance, your home's gateway. This is where energy first crosses your threshold, and not everything that enters is invited. Stress from work, the residue of someone else's mood, even your own exhaustion, it all lands here. Placing your bowl near the door, on a hallway table, a corner shelf, or a spot that catches the eye creates an energetic checkpoint. It signals silently this home is protected. It welcomes in what's good and leaves the rest at the door. It's a gentle boundary, but one that changes how you feel the moment you walk in. Less burdened, more grounded, like the house is greeting you back. Now turn inward. Look at your home office or whatever space holds your thinking. It could be a desk tucked in a bedroom, a nook near a window, or a room where your ideas live. This space doesn't just hold tasks, it holds your dreams, your decisions, your drive. And if the energy here is stale, your clarity suffers. Place the bowl near your workspace, on a shelf behind you, a corner of your desk, even near your computer. The scent of lemon refreshes. The salt holds scattered thoughts. You might find yourself breathing deeper, focusing longer, or simply feeling more open to possibility. This isn't about productivity, it's about mental space. And that space starts with how the room feels. Let's go deeper, the kitchen. It's not just a place where food is made, it's where nourishment happens, where energy turns into warmth and warmth turns into memory. If this space feels tired, cluttered, or tense, it affects more than meals. It affects how your family connects. Placing your bowl here near the stove, in the dining area, or on a clean counter becomes a small ritual of gratitude. It says, this space gives life and I honor it. Over time, you may find that cooking feels less like a task, that meals feel calmer, that even simple breakfasts carry more peace. The bowl doesn't feed you, but it makes space for energy that does. And then the windows, the eyes of the home, they let in sunlight, air, movement, but they also act as passages where energy drifts both ways. If there's a window you always keep closed, a corner where light never lands, or a sill that collects more dust than life, that's where your bowl belongs. When placed near a window, especially where natural light can touch it, something beautiful happens. The white of the bowl, the green of the lemons, the sparkle of the salt all begin to glow. Softly, naturally, it becomes a quiet altar of light. A space where the outside and inside meet, not in chaos, but in harmony. And that harmony gently stretches through the room, warming even the places that have felt cold for too long. But none of these choices are random. They depend on what you feel needs to shift. Do you want more peace in your family? Start with the living room. Do you want clearer thinking or new opportunities? Begin at your desk. Do you want emotional balance? Clean your windows and let the light in. Do you want protection and safety? Stand guard at your door. Do you want to nourish and reconnect? Let the kitchen be your anchor. This ritual is not one size fits all. It's personal, emotional, and entirely yours to shape. And here's the most powerful truth. This act of placement isn't about superstition. It's about choice. It's about walking through your home with new eyes, noticing what feels heavy, what feels lost, and daring to ask, what could this space feel like instead? Because when you ask that question, you stop settling for just getting through the day. You begin creating an environment where something better, something warmer, brighter, steadier can return. So choose your place, not perfectly, but with heart. Let your hand hover just a second longer before setting the bowl down. Let your breath quiet, let your home speak. And when you find that spot, the one that feels just right, you'll know, because the air will shift, something invisible will settle, and you'll realize you haven't just placed a bowl, you've opened a door. Part 5. How to keep the ritual alive like holding flame in your palm. Some rituals change your space the moment you perform them, but the most powerful ones, the ones that shift something inside you, aren't about the moment. They're about what comes after, because once you've placed the lemons, poured the salt, and chosen the spot, you've done more than arrange objects. You've created a living space within your home, and like anything alive, it needs care, not effort, not perfection, just attention. Think of it like holding a small flame in your palm, warm, flickering, beautiful, but delicate. You don't need to grip it, but you can't forget it either. This ritual is not a one-time fix, it's a rhythm, an agreement between you and your home that says, I will keep this energy clean. I will listen when the air gets heavy again. I will notice when the light starts to dim, because even good energy fades. Lemons lose their color. Salt gathers what it's meant to gather. And if we forget to renew it, if we let it sit too long, it stops helping. It starts holding what no longer belongs, and that can weigh a space down in ways you won't always see. You'll just feel it, in the sigh that lingers longer than it should, in the room you avoid, in the quiet exhaustion you can't quite explain. That's why I always say, replace your lemons and salt every 7 to 10 days. Not because it's a rule, but because that's the natural window before freshness turns stale. You'll know, the lemons will soften, spots may appear, the salt will clump or grow damp. That's your sign, that's your home saying it's time again. And when that time comes, don't rush through it. Treat it like a small ceremony, not dramatic, just mindful. Remove the bowl gently. Thank it, yes, really, you've asked it to do emotional, heavy lifting. Let it go with respect, and how you dispose of it matters. Don't dump it down the sink. Don't toss it in the trash without thought. These items have absorbed energy, some of it heavy, even painful, and we don't want that energy returned to the space we just cleared. Instead, wrap the lemons and salt in clean white paper. Paper towel is fine as long as it's unused. Then either place it gently in the trash, far from where you rest and eat, or if possible, return it to the earth. A quiet corner of your yard, beneath a tree, a spot no one walks over often. This is not superstition, it's completion. It closes the loop and sends a message. What was released will not return. Once you've cleared the old, take a moment before placing the new. Wipe down the surface where the bowl rested. Remove any dust, spills, forgotten items nearby. Make space fresh again. Think of it like opening a window after rain. The sun feels different when the air is clean. Then with quiet presence, begin again. 3 fresh lemons, a new pinch of coarse salt, a clean, whole white bowl. And once more you place it not in habit but in awareness. You may notice that this act, simple as it is, becomes something steadying. A ritual you look forward to, a kind of spiritual housekeeping, not because you believe it will make life perfect, but because it brings you into alignment with your space. It reminds you that your environment is not just where you live, it's where you feel. And when your home feels better, you begin to feel different too. You rest easier, speak more gently, notice the quiet beauty in small things. A shaft of light on the floor, the way the room smells in the afternoon, how your shoulders soften just walking past that bowl. And let me tell you, this isn't about lemons or salt or porcelain. It's about what happens when you start treating your space like it matters. When you stop rushing past rooms and start pausing within them. When you stop waiting for something to feel off and start tending to the energy while it's still good. This is preventative care for your home, for your spirit, for the days ahead that haven't arrived yet. And once this becomes part of your rhythm, you'll notice your home begins to hold you more softly too. Of course, there will be days when you forget, when the bowl stays too long, when you don't have time. That's okay. This isn't about perfection, it's about return. Come back to the ritual whenever you can, with care, not guilt. Pick up where you left off. Energy forgives if you meet it with sincerity. And maybe, just maybe, this ritual becomes more than a practice. Maybe it becomes a conversation between you and your home, between who you've been and who you're becoming, between the silence that once felt heavy and the silence that now feels peaceful, because a home that's been cleared of noise is finally ready to listen again. So hold this flame in your palm, not tightly, but with intention. Protect it from neglect, feed it with consistency, and watch over time how something so small, so quiet, begins to change the very way you move through your own life. So here we are, a ritual made of 3 lemons, a handful of salt, and a quiet white bowl. Simple, yes, but not small, because what we've done together is not about superstition. It's about intention, about choosing deliberately to shift the energy in your home and by extension in your life. You've learned how lemons carry more than flavor. They hold vibrancy, freshness, clarity. You've seen how salt, though ordinary, is anything but. It absorbs, protects, and makes space for peace to return. And you've now held in your mind what a white bowl can become, not just an object, but a symbol, a frame for transformation. And then, of course, comes the placement, the act of saying, "This is where I want things to feel different." That on its own is an act of quiet courage. And maybe the most important part, you've learned how to keep it alive, not by force, not by routine, but with care. Because when energy is treated with consistency, it rewards you with something more precious than luck. It gives you alignment. And alignment isn't just spiritual, it's emotional, psychological, tangible. It's the way your home holds you, the way your mornings begin, the way your rest finally feels restful. If you've made it this far, I want to say thank you, truly. Thank you for your presence, your curiosity, your openness. I know this video wasn't fast, or loud, or flashy, but that's not what you came for. You came for something quieter, more real, and I hope with all sincerity that you felt it. As you move forward, I invite you to carry one thought with you, not as a rule, but as a reflection. What if your home was never just walls and furniture? What if it was a mirror of how gently you allow yourself to be cared for? That's what this ritual is, a mirror, a small act of tending. And sometimes, tending is the most powerful kind of healing. Wherever you are, whoever you share your space with, I send you this wish. May your home become a space where light returns softly, where energy moves freely, where the weight you didn't even know you were carrying quietly lifts. You deserve that, and your home is ready. Thank you for watching. And may your next bowl of lemons not just sit there, but begin something new.